Regardless of the sports you watch, if they're organized sports with teams, you have numbers on their jerseys. This is a personal flair that many sports leagues use to allow the players to express themselves, honor a part of their past, or embrace a new future. And while it's true that certain numbers are chosen just because, many times they have a reason behind them. Sometimes a very deep reason. This goes especially for players in the NFL, where a lot of them have various reasons to go and wear a certain number. So allow us to show you stories of NFL jersey numbers.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 8. Vernon Davis. In his 14 years in the league, the only time legendary tight end Vernon Davis hasn't worn number 85 was when he was traded to the Broncos halfway through the 2015 season. Virgil Green already had number 85 on lockdown, but the jersey number Davis has had for the majority of his NFL career doesn't have a significant meaning behind it, as you might have expected. I just grabbed number 85 when I was a rookie with the 49ers and stuck with it, Davis said in an interview with SB Nation. When I came to Washington, I decided to go back to it, just because I've always worn it. However, Davis did say there was a minor reason he selected the number 18 he wore in college at the University of Maryland. I wore 18 at Maryland because that's how old I was when I decided to go there, Davis said with a laugh. If you're curious, tight ends in the NFL are only allowed to wear numbers in the 40s and the 80s, so Davis wasn't able to wear number 18 as a professional. Not that he seemed to mind. 85 worked just fine in his Hall of Fame-worthy career. Number 7. Eli Manning, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, which is sad because he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion and 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Eli Manning had a very curious journey towards getting his number 10 jersey in the NFL. When Eli was drafted, the number 10 belonged to Jeff Fiegels, the punter. However, after wearing the number in college, Eli gave Fiegels an all-expense-paid vacation to the Gulf of Mexico in return for the number. Yep, it's true. He paid money to get the number he wanted, which, trust us, is not as random and weird an occurrence as you might expect. In fact, Fiegels then got the number 17, which he then sold to Giants wide receiver Plaxico Burress. Yeah, this punter was more than fine with getting rewards for numbers. But back to Eli. His wanting his college number was a very basic thing, and again, something that many pros have done over the years. And he had that number throughout his NFL career with the Giants, which went 16 seasons. Number 6. Darwin Thompson. Sentimentalism can be another reason why a player chooses a specific number. That's the case for running back Darwin Thompson, who has a special bond woven into his number 25 jersey. Jamal Charles wore the same number for 9 seasons in Kansas City, where he racked up 7,260 rushing yards, 2,457 receiving yards, and 63 total touchdowns. Needless to say, he's a Chiefs legend. Thompson met Charles during a pre-draft visit with the team and started to form a relationship that would allow him to ask Charles for the jersey number. I look at my life as God's plan. I came on a top 30 visit here, and I got to meet Jamal Charles. He was actually coming back to talk about his retirement and how he wanted to do the one-day retirement thing, Thompson said. Charles officially retired with a one-day contract on May 1st, just 4 days after Thompson was drafted by Kansas City. So when I wanted the number, I texted him, Thompson said. I just wanted to ask him, "You just retired. You really the GOAT. I grew up watching you at the University of Texas, and now Kansas City. I wanted to know if it was okay if I wore it." He went on. He put up damage behind that number, so it was a respect thing, Thompson explained. He said it was cool. He was glad I got to be in a system with Andy Reid and how much of a better player Andy Reid was going to make me, just within his offense. And so he was happy for me, really. And it was just crazy because I was like, man, I just met you 3 days ago. Now I'm wearing your number. Honor and respect. Not what you expected in regards to getting a jersey number, right? Number 5. Peyton Manning. Come on, you didn't think we'd talk one Manning without mentioning the other, right? Not only did Peyton want to wear the number for his dad, but he also wanted to wear it for his other brother. Cooper Manning, the brother, had to give up football due to spine issues before he ever played a college game, and he was number 18 in high school. So Peyton wore 18 in the NFL, in honor of both of them. Family is very important in the Mannings. Peyton wore his dad's and brother's number, and Eli went to his dad's alma mater in Ole Miss, while Peyton went to Tennessee. Cooper's son, though, is starting to turn heads in his young football career, So perhaps if he makes it to the NFL, he'll wear the number 18 as well as to honor his dad. Number 4. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is one of the most dominant players on the defensive side of the ball in NFL history, period. Ray's number goes back all the way to college at Miami. When he got there, all of the numbers that he'd ever worn were taken, so being a religious man, he chose 52 to represent God's number. 5 + 2 = 7. That may sound like a crock, but trust us, it's real, and it says a lot about the man, which is also ironic given some of the things that the man is said to have done. But that's another story. Number 3. Brett Favre. Easily one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, Brett Favre had one of the most insane and fun NFL careers ever. But how he got that number 4 isn't what you might think. You see, Favre wore number 10 when he played for his high school team coached by his father, Big Irv Favre, at Hancock North Central. So when Favre reported to fall training camp as a 17-year-old freshman at Southern Miss, he asked for number 10. "Sorry, you can't have that one," the equipment manager said. "Why not?" Favre asked. "Reggie Collier was number 10 at USM and no other player will ever wear that jersey again," came the answer. I certainly could understand that. Reggie was a great player. He deserved to have his jersey retired. So Favre asked what jersey numbers were available for quarterbacks. "To tell you the truth, the only number we've got left for you is number 4, the equipment manager said. "Well then, number 4 it is," Favre said, and he took it. The rest is history. Number 2, Tom Brady. Love him or hate him, Tom Brady is the GOAT of quarterbacks. He has 6 rings and has been to 9 Super Bowls. No other quarterback comes close to what he's done, and his name and number are so synonymous with success that he's nicknamed TB12. But that's where the irony comes in. It wasn't really my choice, Brady said Friday. "I was 10 in college, and when I got here, punter Lee Johnson was 10, so whatever number was on my locker, which was 12, that was the one that former equipment manager Don Brosher gave me. So I wore that my first year when we released Lee, and I thought about going back to 10, but I just stuck with 12. That might sound overly simplistic, but sometimes that's all it takes, and he's like number 12 so much that when he left the Patriots to go to the Buccaneers, he kept number 12. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Even if Patrick Mahomes never played another NFL snap, his number 15 would go down in Kansas City Chiefs history because of the run he's already had in just a few seasons in the NFL. The quarterback, however, started his football career sporting a different number on his jersey. During his time at White House and Texas Tech, Mahomes always wore number 5. After turning pro, however, there was a problem. Cairo Santos, who was the Chiefs' kicker at the time, already claimed the number. The quarterback then settled on 15 and has kept the jersey ever since. While he could have changed numbers after Santos left KC, Mahomes chose to stick with 15. Beyond the logistical considerations, he would have had to buy out all of the obsolete Mahomes merchandise, costing as much as $100,000. The numbers carry some added significance for the young quarterback. "I actually like 15 a lot," Mahomes told Therese A. Parler of the Kansas City Star. "It's kind of like I got drafted 10th and I wore number 5, and there's not really any other quarterback that have 15. Simple logic oftentimes works the best. What do you think of this look at NFL jersey numbers and the reason that players pick them? Were you surprised by some of the number selections and reasons why they picked them at all? Which stories were you the most shocked by? Does this give you a greater appreciation for picking the numbers as they did? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.